My name's Michael Render, they call me Killer Mike, and this is Conversate. I just want to conversate. I just want to conversate with you. I want to convert. Conversate.
All right, what's up? Welcome to Conversate with Killer Mike. To my left,
Big Homie Bear.
Big Homie Bear this week.
Bigger Homie Swiff.
All right, my next one, man, I'm going to introduce him and let him holler, man. But this, today we have one of LA's most unfiltered storytellers. He's a rapper. He's a podcaster, professional narrative disruptor. He's my friend and brother. Shouts out to the local Glasses Malone, man. I'm happy to have him here today. And today we're going to talk street codes, masculinity, West Coast politics, culture classes, and calling out bullshit when the world goes wrong.
Oh man, it was like perfect for me. Who was the Bear? Must have wrote this list. He was like, class coming.
We got to get Ashley that.
Ash got there. You go. There you go.
Ash. So the two rules of Ashley: we can't call girls stupid bitches, and we can't call white boys out nigga.
And you can't say.
Yeah, the can't call. Yeah, you. That's like the ultimate compliment.
Yeah, you gotta say topics. The topics don't feel like they fit anyways.
Yeah, and we can't say Donald for monetization problems. We got to say that.
President doing everybody.
So we beeping every time that.
Oh, that guy.
It actually does just a cool little drop. Glasses, what up, man? You
the deal, man.
You first of all, I remember when I first heard you over DJ Tump beat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this LA nigga can rap. Like you got the presence, the voice. You rap your ass off, and since then you kind of taken a path like me where you stepped off the bigger stage or mainstream, and you have dominated on the underground with some of the most progressive projects I've heard. You had a video and song, man, Tupac Must Die, where you took the perspective of the person who was disrespected, person who jumped on, and you helped, in my mind, people understand LA culture. Because people don't understand, Tupac lived in Atlanta for a number of years.
Yeah, and I remember. The thing happened with the police here.
Yep, but he was MC Breeze's little homie.
Oh,
but
wow.
Tupac almost died a few times here. Club Nicky's. He got put out of Club Nicky's, going at it in and out with dudes. So when you see that famous thing of him leaving a club in Atlanta doing that, that was out of Nicky's. In the Blue Flame, he came in and took all the girls one time. The West Side niggas was gonna knock his ass off the box. You know what I mean?
Right.
It took another West Side nigga who was a fan to be like, nah, man, it's Pop. Like, fuck him. So people didn't know, like, his mere presence could cause just an uproar of sorts. And he practiced in Atlanta to me before he took it to the world stage. Because when Pac first came out, people looked at Pac almost like a hope-filled rapper. Brenda's having a baby. They got me trapped. Sure. You know what I mean? He was
more Chuck D.
Yeah, like more Chuck D, more Dead Prez, more Poor Righteous Teachers. But he was Bay Area and jamming. But in Atlanta, he became thug life. You know, when he shot them cops in the ass, we was like, nigga, you certified.
But why do people keep talking about he shot the cops? The cops was off duty, not in uniform. He didn't know they were cops.
No, it doesn't matter. Still
it
shot them when they were cops. No, doesn't matter.
That has a lot to.
Doesn't matter.
If you believe that Tupac shot two white men in police uniforms, you're misinformed. Okay,
but I don't think anybody believes that.
What do you mean? It's never. If you're not.
I've never.
I bet you there's 1,000 people who did not know that these people were plain clothes walking down the street.
Whatever, he shot two white boys in the ass in the 90s. They were Cobb County police officers. Go ahead.
Forgive me, Rams. Just shooting two white boys. That was just.
Okay, cool.
Know you wasn't playing in the 90s.
Cool.
How you find
people
out there?
They scared.
I'm with that. I understand. I see your perspective. But don't keep selling the narrative that he shot two police officers.
He did shoot two police like they were cops. What they do for a living?
No. If to be unclear is to be unkind, he did not shoot two white men in police uniforms.
I think we know that.
I'm not taking
because the
news. You know
the
that.
news said they were all duty.
You know that.
The news, if you go back and watch the news clip, it says shot two off-duty police officers.
The people who weren't born yet have no idea.
People who were born and weren't born, there's going to be a time where black people have to resist the state violently. So if that
you think that he thought he was resisting the state, or you think that he thought he was helping to a black man?
Pac in that moment shooting two people who represented an oppressive class, hence representing the state, whether he knew they were cops or not, did the right thing.
I'm not. That's not what we're discussing.
You know,
that's
we think all white people is police.
Yeah,
it's all the same. Close.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what if I told you I was there? Would that stop y'all from being?
Oh, were you the person that they jumped on?
No, I'm just saying I was there when he shot.
Why
me.
you be Pac hating, nigga?
I'm not Pac hating. I'm just giving some
I
details
was
that
talking to
might not.
I was talking to Glasses because that what they were saying about. I was just looking.
Yeah, I be hearing that a lot.
But
Why did you even make
why
that
did you
record?
do Tupac Must Die? Tell us about it.
So
first of all, you from a set. You actually
from
are
7th Street Watch. Yep. 7th Street Watch Crip.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about that. So when I first got into business, I didn't know hip hop was this full thing.
Wrestling.
Yeah, I thought it was like, no, I thought it was just songs. Like I didn't know what it was rather. But people treated it like it was a bunch of songs and some niggas dancing.
Yeah.
2011, well, before that, 2008, I had made a little homie of mine's a DJ Head. He was just a funny dude.
Yeah,
Right? He was
that's
just
our
this
guy.
funny dude that was very social, used to know all the girls, promote. He was a cool dude. And I just thought he was so smart. So I knew he was a tech geek so he could pick up DJing as it moved to Serato. Got him a bunch of equipment. We started doing it, having me DJ my shows. It was popping. He taught me what BPM was in 2011. So I had got the hit with Toomp and Akon, all this stuff. I had got made multiple millions of dollars without knowing what a BPM was. So Head showed me what a BPM was in 2011, and that sent me into this spiral of learning what
What's that?
records
Blood
was
Paru
about.
Mob? What's that?
BPM. No.
Beats per minute.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm sorry. I got LA captivated. My bad. I got.
Full
You
of
know how
shit,
you do
Mike.
something? You did.
He's full of shit. No, beats per minute. I'm not fucking with Mike. So no, fast forward. So he showed me that it knocked me into this rabbit hole. I started learning about records,
Yeah.
hip hop, and marketing. Coming out of it, you know what I mean? I realized what my job was, and that was to teach people about street urban culture based out of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of make a gangster story that could teach people about some level of culture. Looking up the word, ran into morality. Everything else is surface. Y'all seen it off with Snoop and them for 30 years. Cube, all these people, 30, 40 years, they've been showing you who we were.
Yeah.
So I had to find more nuance and morality. So telling this story, this was the first way I could tell you a story that you'd be interested in the principles. Like you are familiar with the principle, the main person that the story kind of encompasses. And this is his relationship. And I know that situation because I've been jumped. I had to do dumb shit because a bunch of people disrespecting me. And I can explain it. Not to mention, Freaky Dre, rest in peace, from Southside. The dude's homeboy told me this story.
Southside Compton.
And so I knew, you know, my mom's knew homie that's locked up. I don't know why he slipped in my mind. He locked up right now for the murder.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he knew him. So once I asked for permission, like, hey man, you cool if I tell a story? He's like, gee, I don't care. So when I started putting it together, I felt like this was the easiest way to give people like some kind of hip hop from Los Angeles that's unique. This is the morality aspect of street urban culture from where we from. If you jump on a nigga, they gonna probably come back and pop at your stupid ass. And we all know it's normal.
Yeah. The guy that's in jail, that's not Keefy D.
Keefy D.
Yes,
That's what I played in the video.
Yeah.
So I asked him,
I
you know what I
didn't
mean?
know
And yeah, I asked him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, and he was cool with it.
So I think what's brilliant about what you did and what the brilliance you bring to gangster rap to me, or what they call gangster rap or West Coast culture rap, what you have the ability to market beyond the story. Like everybody at some point agreed the story is this. And you said, well, what if you take the other point of view? The person who got stomped out, the person who, because you know, when people say, man, people dying over respect, man, for the rest of your life, you'll be seen as a sucker or somebody who let it happen to you. And in the moment, we in today's time, after you die, everybody lionizes you.
Oh man.
But while you alive, man, they your competitors, whether you jumping on them or jumping on beats or whatever. So that night when you say, well, how could somebody do that to Pac? Man, Pac was a rapper. He was one of the biggest rappers in the world, but he was still not a real street guy and soldier in the sense that a street guy and a soldier could have or would have taken any disrespect from him or anyone in the world.
Man, and
right?
For me, the Pac we grew up with, like you might be just a little older. The Pac we grew up with is not the Pac that Pac is today.
Yeah.
That's like the people that knew Jesus in real time versus Jesus today.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, right? So it's like Pac in real time was like our thing. Like that, my mom would buy, she bought me Pac CDs.
Yeah.
He was like a great person. People looked at him more like, oh, you know what, pre the case.
Yeah.
So our Pac is different. Our Pac is an underdog. Our Pac is somebody who rose through everything and finally got out of jail and had this big moment in music and went from having a platinum record and doing all this to having finally his big moment. Like, he figured out how to market himself. He used Bad Boy, he used Big. He just used that moment that Puff gave him. Like, okay, well, you gonna make Who Shot Me. I'm gonna make it work now even further. I'm gonna take it further. And he had his moment. So that's our Pac. We grew up with this underdog story of this guy who made it through the business and finally became the biggest rapper breathing at that time.
Yeah.
That's not the Pac in 2019 when I made that song. That Pac that's today is a deity.
Yeah, absolutely.
White folks tattooing, people live their life by his lyrics. He is he belongs to the world.
Yeah.
He no longer belongs to us.
I've seen his face on every continent I've ever been on.
Every last one. So I realized it gave me a cultural aspect to speak from. Like, okay, well, I know this dude right here and I know their story. I know how they get down. I know that's how we all live. That's our moral compass. In real time, when Pac got shot, we heard that.
What happened?
Yeah, the Death Row dudes jumped Baby Lane. Oh, they jumped Baby Lane. This in real time. So when Pac got shot, we found out that night, we already knew that's normal. Like, damn, I wish he wouldn't have jumped on them niggas. Yeah, he wouldn't have jumped on them niggas. We understand the morality of like, it's fair. It's like, that's kind of how it goes. So I never thought it would matter until when I started learning what hip hop was and I wanted to make a true cultural, like a statement, like, okay, let me tell you something that make us unique. And all of y'all gonna look at us crazy.
Yeah, you guys are like the warrior class.
Let me say this, that in having been affiliated, associated, and we'll claim Bad Boy as my experience.
You went to the party?
So many people.
I heard your Crip name was Baby Oil. Big Baby.
So many.
Y'all, I can't take y'all too.
So many. This gonna be one. You know how Ice Cube used to say, "Fuck you, Ice Cube." It's gonna be "fuck you."
I ain't saying that.
Having lived in New York, having spent a lot of time with New Yorkers.
Sure.
I don't think very many of them were actually understood what West Coast LA culture was. So they had no idea of 30 plus 40 years of urban warfare that had happened on the streets of South Central Compton, Long Beach, LA. They had no idea that what you just considered or said moral, your code, what was to be expected. And I'm saying that based on having watched some New York niggas get into a fight in a club. I don't want to say who. I seen niggas in the bathroom, planning it, come out the bathroom, jump on the dude. We all leave outside the club. I grab 112 and saying, "Oh, we got to get the fuck on because they finna start dumping." They didn't leave.
Right.
Because they wasn't dumping. In Atlanta,
I ain't never been afraid of getting shot in New York.
In Atlanta, once they fight, you get in your car and go because it's dumping. So what happened in LA, the way you speak of it, is normal for you. But for other parts of the country, especially in the 90s, had no idea.
Your talent, though, is to take that street culture, that story, that perspective, and you actually make it art. And I don't think oftentimes you're credited for that. You make art. It is provocative. It's beautifully shot. You're an amazing rapper, so the story and the narrative comes off, but it really is art. It is not just a rapper telling the story from another perspective. It's not just a provocative video. You provoke emotion, thought, debate, feelings. I honestly think there needs to be a fucking gallery study of the imagery that you create.
It's definitely not tongue in cheek. And the further I get to the foundation of it, right? The further I get to the foundation of what hip hop is all about, it gives me my role and responsibility, and it makes it clear for me to do even more dynamic things. So that was a big thing. Spending all that time in New York, traveling the country to kind of really get an understanding what hip hop is, talking to her, talking to Eric B, talking to all these legends.
So you spent a lot of time in New York.
From 2011 to 2019, man, I was just moving around.
That's crazy.
Like I wasn't even putting out a bunch of records. Eric was like a politician.
It's like my big homie too, and it's truly knows the gangsters.
So I got to run a lot of ideas by them to come to some level of conclusion. So it made me look at even Pac different. You know what I mean? And not in a negative way. Like I realized how you know, Puff got his trauma. Thank God he didn't lose his life to this, but
Right.
him using, you know, Pac getting shot as a marketing opportunity.
When you use that
song.
word, it made me think.
And it's not personal, it's just the business. But, you know, again, because we play as such a real finite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where you say the wrong thing and then Pac noticing that and saying, you know what, this is my opportunity to use this and launch myself into the stratosphere. And it worked out for him. So
Did it?
yeah, fuck yeah.
I remember getting a call from my boy Mark, like my brother-in-law, Thonya. Bart called and said, hey man, he said, where you at? I said, I'm on the west. He said, meet me in Kirkwood near that gas station up the street from your grandma's house. I said, for real? He said, yeah. He said, I got something you gotta hear. And it was just to play Who Shot You.
Mm-hmm.
It was just to play. We sat there in Kirkwood, dope in the car, listening to that shit over and over again for like 40 minutes. So it was a great piece of marketing. And when Pop accepted the challenge and said,
this what we doing? Once we go to this level.
Hey, when he went, he spaced out on him.
And really when you think about it, right? Because it's like, if you listen to Pac in those interviews, and again, being in high school at this time, I remember hearing interviews and him making it clear that he knew that they had nothing to do with him getting shot. But the marketing felt like, nah, it's you niggas' fault. Y'all did this.
Yeah.
And so I could imagine what Big felt like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You know you making these people think.
Wanna knock my ass off.
That's my only issue. Like I'm a fan, I'm a Tupac fan. I've seen some of his biggest hits from front to back. But what I would call his irresponsibility and him being irresponsible and using certain words to push a certain narrative got people killed. And that fucked with me because I was very aware that he was aware of his power. And he definitely was aware of the power of the airwaves, the power of his words. So you influence an entire country damn near from Chicago to West. Like I had problems.
Yeah.
I mean, we meaning 112.
He's like, you just called around and like, motherfucker, you had something to do with Pac getting shot.
Everywhere.
I'm
Kids,
fucking crying.
adults,
Fucked up.
Like bad boy killer.
You like, bro,
we're from Atlanta. They got nothing to do with y'all.
We're R&B group from now.
So,
Crip, I got real reason to die. What are we doing?
So it kind of fucked with me to hear somebody, and it fucks with me now hearing young people use words on the internet and pushing energy towards one another, not knowing that those
They don't have a
words
clue.
are going to take root.
Yeah.
And at some point, you're gonna have to harvest that. You planted that seed, you're gonna reap it. So it just fucked with me. And since then I didn't really fuck with Pac like that.
No,
because my homeboy died.
So essentially, Tupac Must Die was a testimonial of street rules versus real rules, because the rules are you get jumped, you go file police reports, you know what I mean?
Which is odd because I think it's standard in all our ghettos.
Yeah.
I just don't think I know people that would let this happen in any ghetto across America.
Yeah.
If they was kicking this man with hard bottom shoes on.
Yeah.
Come on, man, I got to shoot all y'all.
Yeah.
You're lucky only one of y'all got shot.
Yeah, real shit.
Point. So
real shit.
I you know, it's funny, and that's funny because I'm like, God damn, Bear was really right in the middle of this shit. I think Big would have been fine if Pac was alive. You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I do.
Because I seen certain things. I remember talking to Pops, talking to Suge and them about it and shit. And like, they was at the Soul Train Award and nothing happens. There's nowhere in the world you gonna be. I don't give a fuck who there.
I was there.
I was at the Soul Train Award with Big.
So the fact that nothing happened is the only reason is because they're not letting it happen. So I knew that they understood it was marketing and everybody was playing their role until when Pac got killed, which had nothing to do with none of this. And then it left a hole open, and then now somebody else get hurt. And
so it became an eye for eye moment.
For some reason, I knew it was going to be an attempt on Biggie.
So,
I just
let me
didn't know
correct
when.
it.
I really felt that.
The Soul Train Award you're talking about, I wasn't there with Big. I actually cut his hair for that, but I wasn't there with Big. The award show that he went to and the next day got killed, we were there together.
Oh no, you talking about that? No, I'm talking about
I wasn't there before
when they ran into each other and they was doing all that yelling and all that and all that foo-foo shit. They ain't finna hurt each other or nothing. But man, the moment was big and Pac was so primed for his moment.
Yeah.
Like he,
Ready.
yo, man, when I tell you that, he took that shit and said, and it worked. Now, don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, he passed away. But this man always talked like he knew he was
Yeah, he
Don't
did.
leave him.
on borrowed time. You know what I'm saying? So to watch somebody use marketing and understand hip hop in that degree, you know, it was crazy. And so when I made that song, I realized one of the biggest freeing things to me was realizing he didn't belong to us anymore. You know what I mean? It was like, nah, he's the world's now. Like Nip. You
Yeah.
know, y'all know that's
The
my
world.
boy.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
That's my heart. That's my boy. First CD, same year, love, first date, anything I ever wanted. It was always that. He belongs to the world now.
Yeah.
They have taken his legacy and made it their living purpose. So,
Shouts out to Black Sam.
you know
Shouts
what
out
I'm
to the
saying?
restaurant,
Like they
clothing
won't,
line.
he's
Shouts-
no longer art. People that
Yeah.
come hit me and be like, Glasses, Nip would not be ashamed of it. And I'm like, who the fuck are y'all? Like, do
Don't
y'all
even
know
know,
this
cuz.
nigga?
Don't
Yeah.
know, cuz.
You know what I mean? And Glasses, you know, if you be doing this to this person, he would be telling me, like, laughing and sending me back, like, back channel emojis talking about some Glass, your ass stupid, and just stay on that nigga. But sometimes people belong to the world.
When you talk about people belong to the world, a lot of times I feel like as Black men, we belong to the world and whatever their perception of us is. You know what I mean? Which is, I think Pac mastered that and it drove him mad. I think Mike Tyson mastered that for a moment and it drove him mad. But I think purposely they drive these kind of men mad. They attempted it on Muhammad Ali, I believe, without Islam, and then before that, the Nation of Islam, he would have teetered. Asada Shakur, God bless the dead, Pac's aunt, and she just transitioned, and the FBI never got her.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Shouts out to her. She said, "The strong go crazy, and the weak just go along." That makes I get goosebumps even saying it.
Yeah, it's true
because
too.
because when you look at Pac, you at some point you say, "Man, this man's went crazy," but he was intelligent, he was beautiful, he was
sharp.
brilliant, and at some point he saw behind the curtain, saw this shit's a sham.
Yeah, it's easy.
And
And watch this work.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
he went from being the guy that was like, art, wait a minute, y'all fuck with this old bullshit niggas is doing? I could do this shit in my sleep.
Right.
And soon as the moment popped itself, and shout out to Puff, because Puff is such a brilliant marketing mind that he saw moments like, okay, I got it. Pac saw that, said, you motherfucker. Oh, this is what y'all
This
fucking
the
with?
game.
And then Biggie blows up and he's like, he in jail and he's like, God damn, this motherfucker is serving everything. Okay, I'm gonna make this my mission. I'm gonna take all of my misfortune being in this place. I'm gonna take how you use your situation to market your shit, and I'm gonna show you how it's done. And I always, like, the more I learn, I have a respect for it. You know what I mean? And the only thing that's sad is once he dies and then Big dies. That shit fucked up. Cause Big, like, you know, I'm sure you're in LA, like, man, y'all know goddamn well I don't have nothing to do with
Pac.
what happened with this man.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just, it get fucked up.
How do you handle in this time where the world seems to be a softer place in terms of feeling and emotion mattering over facts and logic? You move from a factual and logical place and you create feelings and emotion for people to may feel differently, but you navigate being a man in public differently. You really on some man, like you're in a drag race tomorrow,
Sure, yeah,
which I'm
yeah.
strongly considering come
It's
down
gonna
to.
be fire.
Yeah, man, you do what is traditionally or stereotypically man shit in an era where we're not discouraged from it, but it's not encouraged in the way it was when we were younger. How do Black men right now navigate truth and power, and which you also do vulnerability? Like, how do you do it? Like, how are you able? Because you set yourself up for criticism. You know the critique is coming, but you're willing to be vulnerable enough to be critiqued in the name of art, which really makes you even greater of an artist than a lot of the other street dudes. Like,
No, I know every time I push the boundaries, I don't know, gangbanging, man. Really, gangbanging.
Yeah, like, what do you
being
fear?
yourself. I know gangbanging take a lot of critique. I get it. You know, I saw the same movies everybody else. I saw Colors. I saw Boys in the Hood. I saw Friday. I saw the gangbanger films. You know, I get it. But there is a nuance that's not spoken about where it's like, to be a man, like, gangbanging is all about accountability. Like, it's primitive street shit at the most primitive place. If you said it, stand on it. If you got in trouble, deal with your own shit. If you from here, make sure the motherfuckers know if they ask you. Don't be scared. So years and years of being in that and having to come into your own and having to fight to be yourself. Because the first people to me as a gangbanger you gonna clash with is your own homies. Because peer pressure. I don't smoke. We done known each other for 20 years. I don't smoke. I don't drink. All my homies smoke and drink. So that was the first thing where it's like, yeah, stop playing with me. I'm not doing none of that. And it didn't matter who was tougher. It didn't matter who could fight better. I fought good enough, and then I fought incredibly good enough. And then I was able to be myself. So being myself in a world full of people that I know wouldn't even, Mike, niggas ain't finna walk, people not finna walk up and even half-ass act like. It's different in real life.
Absolutely.
So, just taking a little critique, and I appreciate it. It's like racing cars. Like, the ground wire is more important than the hot.
Yeah.
So the negative is what keeps you grounded. So people talking shit, Glasses, you ain't got 3 platinum plaques, or you ain't got, that's true. I need to keep my focus. Don't slip too much with this little success. So I take all of that ground, all that negative energy that grounds me, put it with the little positive encouragement to create real power. And that's how I keep popping out with more power. Every idea, I'm trying to make it more powerful than the last.
You control your narrative in a way that a lot of rappers, including myself, have not truly mastered. I'm a student of yours in that aspect. I'm always trying to figure out how to better present, market, and control myself. And I see you do it on such a consistent basis. Besides being a homie and cheering for you, I'm a student, I'm learning too. We are currently in a place of narrative warfare, right? So with hip hop and media now, they help to shape street stories. When you look at, and we're going to talk about your Vlad TV record, but when you look at Vlad, when you look at No Jumper, when you look at what's on the internet, the girls all look at and get excited about the whatever they are. They put me up with Steph Curry when I said the stupid shit. They put
Shade Room.
So when you look at Shade Room, these media.
Why the girls gotta look at Shade Room?
That's their platform.
That's their platform. So they look at Shade Room, then they determine who they like, who they don't, who's a good man, who's not. We're looking at the Vlads and No Jumpers.
Okay.
How in this day and age has that damn near replaced the rap record? It's like now it's
Remember at one time, the only way I could get to Atlanta street urban culture was through you.
Yeah.
That was it. You was my exclusive key. Tip, you, Big, all the people were my exclusive keys to this lifestyle, this culture, this language, this behavior, this fashion, this cuisine, this everything. And now we have so many extra doorways that we're no longer the exclusive dealer of it.
Yeah, no gatekeeper.
Yeah, so now it's like we got to really work hard to find
authentic.
Not authentic, but not authenticity, but we're trying to find like ways to present an art that's even like more nuanced. Like I got this ABCs of culture where it's like different ideas of what culture represents. It could be buildings, and I'll be thinking about how to create in that aspect. Like once I understood hip hop was street urban culture expressed artistically, you know what I'm saying? Or through the elements, as they say, it's like, okay, let me learn more about what culture is, what are aspects, what it is. And it just gives me this idea, and I keep pushing it. So like right now I'm perfecting it in the art, as far as the record. But as I start to bring it out into real life experience, like we talking about doing this taco tournament where it's the best taco in the world, just mixing the culture with the art, what I mean? Not just depending on the ability to rap. And you've been doing it way before this, it's coming down here, going to that certain seafood restaurant, you know what I mean, that you have like
Bankhead, shouts out Bankhead,
Trap Museum, like all this old dope shit that makes it more encompassing. Like we got to get the fans more. That's what I believe.
I feel that. Because hip hop started as more. At some point in the 90s, hip hop got measured down to just rapping.
Yeah.
But hip hop was DJing, it was rapping, it was dancing.
And graffiti.
It was graffiti.
Yeah.
And
they
even
said the knowledge.
And what Russell and Def Jam brought into the game, and what later East Coast luminaries like Uptown, Bad Boy stuff, a business aspect.
Yeah.
And we start to understand with the Black Promoters Coalition you gave shots out to, it became ours. And at some point we gave that away. I think. So I'm glad you're doing
big
that.
money. Shit. I mean, think about the kind of people that came in the 90s that it went from the 80s where people they had to do it. You only had so many, Sylvia Robinsons. You only had so many people that even wanted to invest in this niche way we're creating in this entertainment in this cultural aspect. And shout out to LL Cool J, shout out to Ice-T.
Shout out to Cool J.
What I mean? All the guys who made it seem so like, wait a minute, them brothers from the street can offer more. You know what I mean? They got more. And here comes Jimmy Iovine, here comes Clive Davis, here come all these people like, you know what? We're ready to give you guys some big money. So that's how we sold it, you know what I mean? And they let us stay in control. It's like how a promoter will work at a club. You'll know there's like, the owner will use your million time to promote their club. But once they get consistent, get your ass out the way.
Here. Period.
I got the people now. We don't need you no more.
Yeah, they coming now.
Yeah, we didn't make great deals to leverage ourselves into them. Well, I think it took a long time for R&B to do the same thing. It took L.A. Reid years. L.A. Reid had been in the business forever before he got his shot.
And as Blue said, then he sold it.
Yeah.
And then moved to New York. And then we lost.
I think that's the greatest Achilles heel we as a culture have. I think Atlanta's representative of Black culture, but I think that at the point we sell it, at the point we give it away. There's an old man named Mr. John, a couple doors down, one of my barbershops. And I said this somewhere else, but he says, man, they're going to come along, they're going to tell you white folks gentrified and took this from us. That's a goddamn lie. He said the kids didn't consider it good enough and they sold it. You know what I mean? And they sold it for cheap. And I think that culturally, a lot of artists have done that. Out of LA, out of Atlanta, out of New York. I think that you'll get something that's extremely good, that's extremely refined, that's thought about and done. And then you'll find other investors or record companies creating a 5, 8, or a dozen mini-me's of that cheapen it. If you've heard Future, if you've heard Thug, if you've heard Gunna, you've heard a unique style created in Atlanta, created out of kids who were fans of Wayne, created out of kids who hybrided that with what Outkast influence was, Dungeon Family influence, and it's something unique. And then there are 15 other kids who do that style that just aren't as good. And it makes me appreciate the actual style creators more because it's not an easy style to do. You know what I mean? We start talking about it. I'm sorry.
So yeah.
There's a question.
Yeah.
Thank you for not stepping on.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
You have permission to speak.
No, I'm just saying. So back to what he was saying, like we had it and we sold it. So what do we have now?
I think we still have the culture. I think we aren't doing a good enough job of what he's doing. Glasses is taking LA culture, and this is where I was going to. He's putting stories and narratives and lessons in an artistic form. What was dope about NWO and Fuck the Police, what was dope about Boys in the Hood is because it introduced us to a culture that we knew nothing of. But because we found that out, we started being so surface level about it that anything that came that way with a Pillington shirt on and some chucks, it was just naturally,
it was
right?
Spoiled.
And
it was like, but I go through this all the time. Like, whereas people telling me about gangbanging, I'm like, I get this
Let's be clear, people from where are telling you about?
People that's
where?
not from gang. Right. From no gang. I'm talking about not even a biker gang. They not from shit. And they're telling me about Crippin' and Blood, and I'm like, bro, I saw Street TV. I saw Kev Mack. I saw, I saw Boys and I saw Colors. I'm like, so I watch ATL. I did not feel like I understood.
Atlanta based on watching ATL.
I got it. I saw Tip. I saw some of the things, but nothing made me arrogant enough to feel like, because I bought Killer Mike's album, I was like, well, I got it now. I can go down there and blend right in with the locals. Right. No, I got some lingo. Yeah, I heard the Outkast shit. Oh, okay. I saw the Jeezy shit. Oh, okay. This is what they doing in Georgia. Oh, okay. Cool. I got something. These motherfuckers is crazy. They feel like
they know.
Glasses, because to be a Crip, you have to. What do you have to do to be a Crip? No, G, because I saw this thing and it's like, bro, you're talking to I've been a Crip for 30 plus years. Like, I actually legitimately was born into this, what you're talking about, and I've been a participating member for 30 years. So why do you? That's how entitled hip hop has made everybody.
Yeah, but
they know it.
Your art though better informs people and cuts to a deeper level that shows you an appreciation. I don't see how you could watch Tupac Must Die and not empathize with Orlando, Baby Lion.
Yeah, that was.
I don't understand, especially if you ain't got jumped before. I done got my ass jumped and hit by hard shoes.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
What is happening?
Do I have permission to speak?
Well, in our comments, We got told they interrupt too much.
They talking,
They just don't want to tell you talk too much.
Now it's they interrupt.
They just don't want to tell me talk too goddamn much.
With everything that I'm learning, I said when we started, I'm going to learn a lot from this conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for the opportunity to sit across the table from you.
in public. In public.
In public.
A million times.
private.
Well,
Yeah.
and even when we initially
It don't never
met,
be-
we
yeah.
haven't really just sat and we just acknowledge and respect one another based on whatever.
How do you
know what I
greet him?
mean?
Do you say like "What up, cuz," or you say "What up,
That's my
Lo"?
loc. I'm gonna hit him first.
Yeah.
My loc, Bear. What up, cuz?
What up, cuz? Lo, what up, cuz?
Yeah, right.
The man always playing.
Mr. Stills, please. What I wanted to
Please,
say
sir.
was,
Spell
how
Seals
does
with a
it,
C.
Fire. Fire. Wow.
how
I
did
like
it
that.
feel for you shooting that video in New York with all that blue and all the New York brothers representing the Crippin'? How did that fuck? Did it fuck with your mind? Because I remember
Nah.
Nip coming to Atlanta, Draw saying, "Hey, my artist is in Atlanta. Look out for him. He's staying at such and such. Pick him up." I took him to Greg Street. I took him to Stankonia. We had a party that night. I took him to
What was the No, what was the club? What was the Central Station we were at?
no, I took him to the shit on Bankhead. Crucial.
Club Crucial. Yeah.
I took him to Club
08, I went to
Crucial, and he is amazed
Yeah.
at seeing little young Atlanta niggas claiming Crips. I'm like, oh, you didn't know?
Since
Check this
87.
out.
So for you to go to New York,
Yeah.
what was that like?
So I met homies before. So remember, I've been going here now for 20 years. So the first gangbangers I met, obviously, is 9 Trades.
Absolutely.
So I'm meeting a lot of them. It's love. It's whatever. It's love. Like, it's what's up, homie? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, damn, that's cool. Y'all got your own program. All that. That's the shit. But as I start going back more and more, I start noticing more different things, more sets, more people. Like Jersey with the Grape Streets, that was different. People, I'm walking through Newark and people like, "What's up?" And I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? And they banging. Like I went to they 10 trade day. They 10 trade day is deeper than a 10 trade day at home. And in the Jordan Downs. Like it's that many people, on this. I like to look at it like hip hop. Like they gave us hip hop and we gave y'all this how we organized.
Yeah.
So being for Crip Gang, my boy Wink Loke from UG, he was like, "Man, G, we was chopping it up." And I was just so impressed with how they made it theirs. See, that's the biggest thing to
in New
me.
York.
Yeah, so UG. So it's not underground, even though they click now with the undergrounds, they're their own thing. So
Are there rules and subtleties that are different?
Yeah, it's just like
it gotta be
here.
though, because it's not
it won't
culture.
fit. Yeah, it
it's
won't
not
fit.
culture nowhere except for there. Even from what I hear here in Atlanta, it's like you can't line up with their program.
Yeah,
like
it
why
won't
would
fit.
you even try to line up with their program?
You can't. The seed won't grow in the soil. So to watch them brothers had a program, mind you, I'm meeting all these different dudes, neighborhoods, gangsters, and I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? And I'm impressed because they got their own program. I thought that was cool. So at that time, I was about to shoot the Crip Gang video with Nip and Snoop, right? So I was gonna bring everybody to watch. We was finna have like 300-400 Crips from all watch account to come out, and it was finna be this big thing. And Snoop was like, "Gee, somebody told me it was like, Glasses, that's kind of fucked up. You're dragging Snoop into this." I'm like, "Nigga, it's Snoop Dogg. He's a Crip." And
the
they was like-
biggest.
The biggest Crip in
they
the
was
world.
like, "Glasses, think about who Snoop Dogg is." And it hit me like, oh, I gotta be a little bit more protective over Dog. Because I'm finna drag him into a bunch of shit. So Nip, he like, "What we gonna do?" And I'm like, "Man, Nip, I'm gonna go shoot this in New York." He like, "Man, when you gonna fly out there?" He's like, "I got this to do." I said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna go fly out there and shoot it with the homies." I hadn't even talked to the homies. So as soon as I hit him, he like, "Fuck yeah, cuz we gonna set that shit up. Let's do it this day. For me, we gonna have homies pop out."
Mhm.
So I remember going out there, landing, Dan the man shot the video. Man, I looked, it was 400-500 just posted. Niggas hanging from goddamn street signs, and I'm watching them mark out the police, and I just was so astonished, like, damn, y'all got y'all own program, and it fits them so perfectly. And it's like when I first came to Georgia, like you start seeing brothers from Atlanta, you're like, damn. And the places where it can live at, you have to customize it to where you at. The Houston dudes got it a lot. Houston's, the Hoovers figured it out quick. You have to adjust it to your soil. Like it needs an adjustment. It ain't gonna fit. Like hip hop, like you can't make what they make in New York and Los Angeles. It's not gonna grow. Right. You have to adjust it to fit. Hence where Quick, Dr. Dre, and Battle Cat and all that stuff, and then you get this orchard. You can't grow it the same way.
I got banged on by DJ Quick.
He banged on a lot of people. Everybody tell me.
Yes, my man. Yeah, God bless his soul. He was just drunk as fuck, and he was
sound like Quick.
It was like again, he's one of the fucking absolute greatest.
Yeah.
Like I fuck with you, Quick.
Yeah. But Quick is a gangbanger.
Yeah, Quick.
And people be trying to act like Quick is a fucking gangbanger.
Don't let the good hair fool you.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
all that bullshit.
He it was what's my brother out of Pittsburgh, out of producer.
Mailman or Butter.
Producer, it was Mailman. Okay. So it's Mailman. It was when Rakim was rolling with Dre. I think it was with Outkast or something. I was jumping out. And I had on Indianapolis, the Colts jersey. Quick popped up on me and said, I like that jersey cut. Like that jersey, man. He did that shit to me a third time. I popped his hand like, what the fuck wrong with you? Touching on me. Like,
sure, he loaded.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's drunk. He's my fucking hero. Yeah. Like, you're one of my heroes. Sure. And nigga, you just touched me 3 times.
But because low key, you could tell he's starting to bang. You're like, yeah, brother, you see what I'm wearing.
Yes. And Hitman came up like, no. Crip said, he said, no, quick. He said, he ain't from Atlanta. Ain't like that. Now, the thing, though, is I put it together by that third touch, but I'm from Atlanta, but all my problems.
Yeah. You get it. You know what's up now. But never forget what it's like being banged on.
But it was hilarious.
Yeah, because you could tell, you be like, that was fine. Then the third time, you're like, all right, bro, come on now.
But I saw Quick a couple months later in Vegas.
Yeah.
And Quick was I had got off the elevator, and Quick had got off in the elevator, and he was standing down the hall. Well, he was down the hall, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I had a decision to make. Mm-hmm. Do you bang back on your hero, DJ Quick?
No, you don't.
Or do you just fake? And I walked up to him. I said, last time I see you, I said, you was faded. I said, you was banging on me, man. I said, man, I'm from Atlanta. I grew up fucking with you. I fuck with you, sugar free. I went through it, and by the end, you can just see, man, he had this look of regret, like, God damn, I'm sorry, homie. You know what I mean?
Quick be trying to fool people and shit. Quick a fucking gangbanger, and he be set tripping.
Yeah, I seen him set tripping in Atlanta about 2 years ago. He
be set tripping, bro. The shit, like all that shit, different shit, he be set tripping. But you just don't know. But he a gang member, and I think he's fighting his own shit. You know what I mean? Like he want to be this, he want to be a better person, but he's still that treetop nigga. So. You know, and to me,
I definitely still want to be in the studio with you, OG. So,
for sure. For sure. And I'd have been in there, and I didn't watch him do his thing, but it's so second nature. You know what I mean? And it's funny because you would know what it feels like, even if this is your first time being banged on, right? Because you'd have had your own conflicts.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, is this nigga
tripping?
I think he's set. Like he know, but he's like trying to get you, and then you gotta be smart enough. I went through that when I first got in the game, man. I went through that
because you was cash money,
in the music game.
But I was like people half-ass with half. If I thought I'm right off top, man, this 7th Street Crip, stop playing with this. Oh, gee, no, not like that. Yeah, it's like that. I remember the first time I played East Side Crip Gang for Wayne and Stunner. You could tell that was the first time they ever been banged on. Crip gang, Crip, yeah. East Side with my nephew from the day, and they was looking like, this nigga is crazy. Because I brought them both in the room to play.
But they felt the way about it, even?
No, they didn't trip, but you could tell the look on their face like, oh, this is what banged on. This is what it feels like to be banged on, where somebody overtly over the top
pushing their line.
Yeah, they never used to that.
Is there a world where we use the structure of street gangs to eventually help liberate us? And when I mean the structure,
I would only believe so.
Yeah.
I think
I've always believed so.
Earlier today, I was talking to D1, the brother from New Orleans.
Yeah, you know,
push his line, right? So I was telling him, he was asking me about the Drop Your Flag challenge with the brother from New York.
Hocus was on my Crip episode. Shout out to Hocus.
He was saying Hocus, and he was like, I said, I think that's for people that let the flag define them.
For sure.
But any real gang member know you define your flag. Any real man know that.
The saying
I'll show you what a Crip is. You can't tell me, you can't look at what a Crip, you can't tell me what Rocket did in colors. I'm going to tell you this is what it should look like. And then when you meet me, you're going to be like, oh, that's kind of closer to what I think Crips act like.
Yeah.
They say the word is not what the hood can do for you, it's what you can do for a hood. But if the hood is what makes you,
is plagiarizing John Kennedy.
If your affiliation is what makes you
drop
who
the
you
flag,
are,
my boy. You got
you are never like that. No way. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, it ain't.
Supposed
Hey,
to be
man.
in it.
So, but even the brothers though that do the drop the flag, right, or that may look at, isn't there a need for camaraderie as a young man that Crips, Bloods, folks, GDs helps to feel? We lack. So I was watching this. I was watching a National Geographic type show, and there was this tribe in Africa. There is a tribe in Africa, and their manhood challenge, the way your bar mitzvah of sorts, is to hunt a lion.
Yeah,
they put your ass out there with a spear, and
go eat.
Come back with it, right? Preservationists are trying to preserve a dwindling lion population in this particular region. So they had to come in and deal with the culture of, this is how these young men become men. They have to face their greatest fear, potentially being killed by a predator on the open plain, or potentially having, food and trophy with the lion's mane to bring back. The boys still get to participate in that culture. They just don't get to kill the lion. They get to euthanize the lion, and the lion is then tagged and tracked. You still had to face your greatest fear because you're still tracking a fucking wild animal, right? Yeah. Is there a world in which we use the camaraderie of gangbanging? There are young men who ain't gonna play baseball, basketball, football that need to feel the camaraderie of the Boy Scouts without being felt on. No diss to the Boy Scouts. Or you know what I mean, right? They need to in part of this rap shit, but I think there's a world where the structure of gangbanging fuses with the mind state of a Fred Hampton, the mind state of the Nation of Islam, a mind state in which not only can I be so proud of my set that I'm willing to live and die by it, but I'm so proud of this community because we actually run this community in a way that we own the stores, we own the houses, we own, we created business. One of the best things in LA, and I still have to get to them, is there are two brothers, one Crip and one Blood, with a food truck. Trap Kitchen. Sure. I got to get the Trap Kitchen because it shows you what I've seen more than as I travel to LA is if I need to get in touch with somebody of worth and of value, someone who may be from a whole nother set will put me in touch with that person. That's how I met Skip. Sure. That's how I met Skip, exactly, who has land here now and doing work. That's how I met Blue, who put me and Vic Mensa together when we weren't seeing eye to eye. Yeah. There are these people that are connectors that even between sets. So I think that there's a world in which, because we look at Gangbangers, was 60 years old? Yeah. 67 years old?
69, so this makes 60 years?
Yeah, so 60 years you're looking at.
Well, it's 55 then, because I was born in 69. It's 55.
So 55 years, we 56. Have the next 2, 5, 10, and until of an ability to turn the corner into what's next. Because if you look at Gangs of New York, that's a gangbanging movie we don't talk about enough. That's a gangbanging movie I want everyone to watch. Gangs of New York
is real gang.
Shows you that all the gangs can war, can fight, can kill, can be right, can be wrong. At the end, the true criminals win, and that's the politicians.
Sure.
At the end of that movie, the gangs literally had slaughtered each other at the 5 Point Square.
And guess what?
And you saw the politicians walking to the boat last because they ultimately won power because they had everyone else kill each other off. The butcher was killed off,
Killed all the
rap, exactly. And I think at some point we're going to have to come with the conscious decision to end wars, to create a truth, to create a Crip constitution. Well, I know that had been a dream of Monster, but if we don't do it, then we're going to continue to slaughter each other.
Right.
And our masters win.
Yeah. Well, I think it really comes that. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I'm
saying.
Did
you raise your hand?
Didn't nobody learn shit from Biggie and Tupac dying?
Obviously not.
Yeah, that's just regular crazy shit.
Yeah, that's just
regular crazy shit. Look at all the rappers dying that ain't no fucking body. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's just regular
crazy. But everybody jump into the rap shit to beat somebody and want to do something.
But all these new rappers, gangbang.
All these new ass rappers you ain't never heard of until they died. Like, who the fuck is this guy to this place? I swear.
Well, if you really realize what is making everybody join gangs, it's to be somebody. You might think it's this small, minute thing, but you just want to be somebody. Right. Remember, I get it. There's so much social currency with being from a gang. Like it's been told to me by people in Los Angeles that you can't make it in hip hop from Los Angeles without being a gangbanger. And I could name Tiger, I said Tiger. He's like, well, he was a Paru at first. I'm like, oh yeah, he did. And they had the Hoover flag. And then I'm like, Tyler, well, that's just one person, but I think it's up to us to define it. I think again, like what I like about Hocus Drop Your Flag Challenge, there are people that flag defines them.
Period.
If the flag defines you, you are doing this wrong. You know what I mean? And I do think you should put down your flag. I agree with that challenge. If you define the flag and you are doing what you're supposed to do as a man and as a human, then everybody is going to still follow you the same way. So it's up to us to, like, we can't even wait for the next generation. It's like, what am I going to do tomorrow? Because, you know, my older homies, they done grown up and they still from where they from, but some of them own trucks. Some of them, you know, build Harleys. Some of them, you know, got motorcycle clubs. So they're not even worried about it the same way. They're so busy living their life like most gangbangers do.
I think that's the next level of elevation for gang banging. The motorcycle clubs seem to be highly organized.
Yeah, they lift, but they lift them up. They call them up. And I remember hitting my older homie real fast about getting him. I said, man, we should make dues. We should make people pay dues to be from the cell. Like, I think one of the worst things about gangs, if I had a real critique, I don't have the normal critique, but my critique is it's way too easy to be in. Like, it way too easy. Like,
even with the jump ins, even with the
that
fade
shit
ins.
is nothing.
Yeah, because it doesn't require
it
doesn't require true commitment. It doesn't require dues, doesn't require rules.
You might get 30 seconds of squabbling. You inherit an army. You inherit territory that you could earn. You inherit social currency that you can go out and get girls with, and people will respect you because you from this.
Yeah.
I used to argue with Big U all the time. I'd be like, man, I think we just selling this shit for too cheap. Whatever we selling it for, it ain't enough.
Hold up.
And just that fast, right? And this is a prime example of somebody that's in a bad situation because somebody paid him for security and lied to the feds like he was shaking them down.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
What's,
I know that
what's crazy is I seen Tip when it first happened, and Tip was like, because I'm trying to understand what happened. I said, shit, me too. He said, shit, I done been out there with big homie up. Doesn't I say he ain't never asked me for no money. I said, no, he ain't never asked me to do nothing but come talk to his kids. Yeah, like
he had to.
Like,
and I'm not saying this because, again, I'm from 7th Street. I'm from the east side, bro. Yeah. I'm not from the west side. I'm not even from where they from. Yeah. Dude, been cool, but I just knew the truth. I knew the case. Yeah. The case for real. I know the person. He's ducking a fucking case for getting caught shipping meth out of town and didn't want to go to prison for 12, 13 years. Yeah. I know this nigga, man. Right. I know him. So when you're lying, and I remember me telling you, stop trying to be cool. He was trying to do the same thing to Magic from 8-7. He was trying to hire all these people. Magic was right, because Magic was finna shake him down and take everything he got. You ain't gonna get more
legendary Magic.
Yes. 8-7 Magic.
The legendary Magic.
And I remember telling him,
legendary.
Stop playing with these people. And him lying to DJ Head, telling DJ Head he's from 6-0, and him lying, doing bad business. So you talking about the dude from the other state? Yeah, but he's from.
Yeah.
He lived here. Yeah. So, like, watching this case happen and him, like, they was shaking him down. And imagine what it feels like. And this is where I agree with y'all. The strong go crazy, because this makes me crazy. I'm like, so y'all don't care that all these people like him and fuck with him. Y'all just hear some bullshit. You heard all this rumor. Just some rumor that, he's shaking people down. Man, people wanted to be with this man. This man is an all right dude. He not a bad dude. I'm sure every nigga got their bullshit, but he not fucked up. And so to watch this man at the center of this case lie.
Have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Lie.
His greatest threat, though, we interviewed Brother Akbar Prayer. He's the greatest threat with men like you, men like Akbar, men like yourself, is your ability to organize and influence. Your ability, I think that you're a threat to the masters of this country when you can start to organize thought over a wide range of people. Fred Hampton was not killed because he was a Black Panther only, not killed because he was in resistance to oppression only, but his ability to organize people who didn't look alike in a room together. And with the big homie, I really look at it like...
That's just sad, bro. And to imagine what it feels like to know. I know when he was trying to pay this man for security service to do bad business, and you lying to these people like this man shake you down, so you giving them text without concept, and they so thirsty to get this man. So thirsty because he was on television. I'm watching, this man ain't got no fucking Bentleys. He ain't shaking no motherfucking, he running shit with kids. But again, man, people sell you out so fast, and that shit makes me feel fucked up.
Yeah.
And it will drive you crazy. I'm so angry at that dude. This is why motherfuckers get fucked up.
So he's the opposite of a man.
Exactly. And that's my point. Like, and I used to always
as a man,
tell him,
you take your knocks on the chin. You hold yourself accountable.
But what happened was he got caught in another case, pimping. They gave him a human trafficking charge, so he ended up doing 5-6 years. He ended up doing some time. And the thought of going back to prison for something you did.
He lying on everybody, goddamn.
You decided to, somebody that you idolize and beg to be a part of your, lied to everybody like they was a part of your program before they was. And now you hired a security service, and now you mad because people would have been shook you down. They'd have been fucked you over.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up.
Do we need more Eugenes? And I say Eugenes is separation from Big U because because I saw him. This is what I saw, saying what I heard. I saw 70, 80, 100 young men that were benefiting from him by way of playing football, by way of working in stores, by way of assisting him and helping those young men. I saw older men his age. I saw younger men that were under him, that were under his direct tutelage in terms of this, how we help these young people. And I saw the young people. And I saw the gratitude in the parents' faces. Do we need more of that in our hoods now?
You know what's underrated is what they are doing, right? Because somebody like my older homie Shady, my older homie Boo, they're with a motorcycle club. So they organize. They're in high power positions in the motorcycle club. Shady and Punchy, they got the same club.
What's the club? Shout
Moon, that's Dirty Birds. Dirty Birds. Right.
So, we won't get into that.
That's whole extra politics. But my older homie turned to bike set. So they are reorganizing minds.
Yeah.
Even if they're not doing it on purpose, they know they can't sit around. There's no more street sales. Right. So I have to elevate, and then I'm organizing humans like this. So they are doing their part, even if it's not being covered and credited.
To me, if you're helping 20 folks, if you got your neighbors 10 to your left, 10 to your right, that makes a dramatic difference.
And I watch shout out to the whole Rare Breed.
Shouts out to Skip, the work he's doing over there.
Everybody who's elevating to other levels, like Punchy, like all of these people, like Dwight, all these guys who I knew that were straight street guys when I was a little kid that I looked up to and thought was like dope, elevated to another place to still organize men in a productive manner.
Yeah.
Which also goes to gangbanging was never about this unproductive manner. It was just sometimes it's too many niggas and they out of control. But for the most part, it's a very controlled thing. So it's funny you said that. I think about it all the time, like how strong you go crazy. Like I'm watching this and watching people talk about draws like that. Is like, bro, y'all full of shit or you didn't know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You just heard some stories off the internet.
That's it.
If you knew this motherfucker.
That's it.
So, about to make a pivot now. This person was a friend of yours. Is I would consider friend and associate of mine. We've given white people, no diss Ramsey. We've given them
Ramsey gonna always back up to no disrespect, Ramsey.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
I can't say my nigga no more because of Ashley. That's my guy, right?
That's nice, man.
But are we giving our narratives, our stories, our power to control our own media to white people who just don't give a fuck? Are we giving it to Adam? Are we giving it to Vlad? Are we giving it to a host of other people? Even people that are may have podcasts and stuff that may not understand LA culture. Are we giving it up? Are we selling for cheap? Are we doing with the same thing we did in music again? Because your new record is directed at Vlad.
Sure, banned for Vlad TV.
Yeah.
Problem one, we don't understand how valuable it was. That's why I've always looked up to you. Yeah. That's why I always, because you get it. Like you school me on more Atlanta shit and how shit go. You know who you are. You know where you're from. I think the average person that sits down in those spaces, they're just trying to change their own life. Like I watch so many homies that's coming up in the streets that see this as an opportunity. They can go sit and feed their family and discuss stuff and get popular, which is the same thing that drives gangbang. It's why you write your name on the wall. You want people to know you exist. So I think yes, but I don't think it's with the same. I think for the brothers, it's hard for us because we don't see value in it. Like I argue people all the time about hip hop. I'm so protective since I've kind of understood it. I'm like, hey, y'all not getting this like y'all got rock and roll.
Yeah, this ours.
Hey, y'all not getting this like y'all got jazz. Y'all, hey, we not giving this up. Like we gonna hold this for the people it was originated for. No different than country. Country stole it from us. It was like, y'all out this.
Yeah.
Oh, Beyonce? No, she ain't with it. She over there.
Yeah.
Beyonce country as fuck.
Yeah.
They like, oh, no.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
You ain't in Nashville. No, you over there.
Yeah.
So I feel like we don't understand the value. And the ones who do, right? Like the rest in peace, John Singletons, Malcolm X, the guys that do, you see what they do with it. But I think most of us, even like 98% don't see it's valuable.
Yeah.
So when somebody is like, I'll give you something for it. Because sometimes we talk about these deals and be like, oh, they gave you $1 million. Think about it like 50 Cent deal, right? And shout out to Fifth. It's like, right? They gave you $1 million. Nigga, your album sold 10 million. Your album probably sold 20 million worldwide. That was 200 million. Now, that's not to say it wouldn't happen without them. But think about what they got to see in what you're doing to say, we're going to give you $1 million and gamble on the possibilities. So if that's not proof enough for future generations to see
the value,
this culture that we all grew up in, this, whether it's in Atlanta, this trap shit, this shit is valuable. This G-funk shit, this gangster rap shit, this pure hip hop shit, this drill shit. These people are like, look at these niggas creating out of nothing.
Out of nothing, making nothing out of something.
So what y'all think about the dudes like just selling their pub like that? Like
the catalog?
The catalog. It's kind of the same thing.
Well, and it makes me wonder, like, if
you doing?
Right, if they'll buy it and give you all this money, what are they
about
making?
to do? What's about to happen?
Like,
now, it depends on the amount of money.
See?
I gotta say,
I get it. What I'm saying, think about what they finna give you. They not crazy.
The same thing with Live Nation.
Live Nation give you a gang of money.
So we can't see. And shout out to them because again, I don't want to make this. We ain't the victims in this situation.
For sure.
Like this is the point. Like I agree with Mike.
We
like,
know what we sell when we sell it.
We just can't see around the corner.
For sure.
And it's not because they design it around the corner. We're trying to figure out like,
which to explain is it used to be about data. Now it's a prediction of behavior. So they're knowing what we're going to do based on them being able to orchestrate shit before we even do it. So it's like, it's something going on that they buying everybody's catalog.
So that number right, it makes sense. I got you.
If the number
right in time.
Yeah, the number and timing right, it makes sense because if you, like, man, when you take someone who's a very young man, Metro Boomin is a very young man.
Yeah.
But Metro is going to make music another 25, 30 years if he wants to.
I mean, he can sell his catalog 3 times, 4 times.
Exactly.
Now with the way the game is.
Sell his catalog, create another catalog.
I definitely get it now.
That's different from, it's just different. Now, you got people who get older. I don't know if the Stones did it, but there was one old band. I don't know what Zeppelin.
A lot of those old bands.
But when they did the numbers, the numbers are just.
You be a damn fool.
But it do kind of make sense for a young man because like the evolution of this shit has changed.
Yeah, like if you fuck around and get say $40 million offer on you, and then you
25.
After the government takes their cat and everybody, you gonna walk with about $22 million. $22 million is what mine counts on. I said, man, what I gotta make never to work?
And not even
like what I have. He said, you get $20 million.
I
you
get
never
it.
have to
I
work.
get what you're saying, but not even that. You created the catalog in 5 years. You started when you was 20. You're 25 now. I broke off 40.
But it's based off of what is
potential.
What it has made or is making, and they just pay you out for those.
What they think it is. Yeah. Now the thing though is we're in a new space with podcasting, with it, just interviews and talks. So. White people were interested in the way we club. So they came to jazz clubs and disco club with us.
Right.
They were interested in how we partied in New York at first. So they went down. Yeah. They brought the kids from the Bronx all the way down to the art scene. Yeah. They were interested in the South. So, they came down to Waffle House, met some trap rappers in Louisiana and interested in LA. But up next though is our barbershop talk. To me, this is the conversation we used to have in barbershops, beauty shops. Now, I'm just why I'm glad you got a podcast because the content is being owned and created by non-Black people. And how long before they sell it off? And it's the fortune for the rest of their lives, but the people whose stories have built those things,
Fuck it, let's cash out.
No.
Don't stop DJ Quick with me, man.
We just stop DJ Quick. I'm for sure saying that forever now. I just think we just don't get its valuable still. Yeah. And that's why we don't fight to protect it.
Is it because we're moving from a desperate place?
Part one on some sales, but part two is just not really thinking it's valuable.
Gotcha.
Like how valuable could you think something is so second nature to us?
Gotcha.
I mean, you don't think John Gotti and them would have made their own movie if they was thinking themselves like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or
Tell their own story.
whoever the guy is that inspired The Godfather. I mean, they would have made their own fucking movies. And this don't go just for us, right?
And they had
It ain't
money.
just black folk. This go for all street urban culture.
I see what you said.
It
You know what I mean?
definitely goes for Atlanta because we have rarely, if ever, told our own story.
Yeah, that's our podcast is different from other podcasts in particular because we really take an Atlanta perspective. And I don't mean Atlanta sports. I don't mean Atlanta mythology
street,
around music. This is the salt of the earth, red clay, street people from the neighborhood's perspective. And I think that's what separates us.
And important that is street people. I was saying this to somebody like when all the stuff, I called you when the stuff was happening with Thug and them, right? And I'm like, I was telling them, I'm like, the fact that the version of the quintessential Atlanta street nigga I thought of is always going to be Mike, Big, Tip, these people. And then now they could have multiple people that they want to hate on. Think about how it's changed. At one time, it looked pretty much close. Barn, Dre just was crazy. Came out of his mouth was incredible. But, the sheer visual of him was like, this motherfucker crazy. But the quintessential nigga, and now it's so many different versions of it.
What's crazy though,
Right.
Of the Atlanta.
Atlanta has
street,
always had that. It's always had that variety of niggas. Like, God bless their soul. We've always had from the poorest of the poor to middle class to upper class to a rich and elite. We've always had the Caribbeans and Jamaicans and New Yorkers out on the east side. Once you get past Decatur, start getting to the Lathonians, the Conyers. We've always had, the black folks with some money who move up north, go toward Avondale, Kennesaw, those places. And we've also had people along that west side corridor that move from the deep south. You know what I mean? So Atlanta's a pretty diverse place. I believe if Atlanta survives, it only survives by embracing this diversity. There's no way that JID, Kenny Mason, shouldn't be as known as Pee Wee, as Thug. There's no way that what's Tip's oldest son, Messiah? What's he called himself? Buddy Red.
Oh, I like him. That's the dude, the rock
I
dude.
love
Got
Buddy
that
Red.
conventional rock.
And also his brothers make great music. Whether it's King with the street shit, Damani with just a whole new class of dope conscious shit. I believe that brotherhood, that trifecta, is a good example for what Atlanta is. Those are brothers. Yeah. Raised, and,
same house.
Exactly. So I believe if we don't lean into the monolith is that they're all black, but the diversity is in that they've all chosen different paths. I believe if we don't believe in that, that's ultimately what's
funny is they all is tough.
Yeah.
They all tough.
Yeah, ain't nobody good
at what they do.
Like they music, I don't know.
It's good.
Right up there. Good at what they do.
Yeah.
Them niggas like the Buddy Red dude, I was like, this nigga is cold. And then the Damani, I was like, man, this Tip kids, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I'm like, even King look crazy.
Well, King got a record now.
Yeah, but what's crazy though is what Atlanta gives black kids more than anything, and what they got from their fathers, confidence. Confidence that I'm competent. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna have to make 100 songs before I find one. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna have to get out here and figure it out on my own. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna play in the middle of little 5 points like I'm a struggling musician. Because all of them did all three of those things in some capacity. And their dad sitting here like, man, I could use the nepotism button. And all of them were like, we cool, bro. We need you for a song, no, Dad. We need you. But they never leaned into, hey, man, I need as a Harris.
Motherfuckers is tough.
They made their way. And they got good at it because they understood.
Like we talked about with Deion Sanders and his sons. I think they knew that they're gonna have to work harder.
Have to, because my dad is so great.
Harder than the average, whatever. They're gonna have to work harder. But watching them find their lane, because it's completely different.
I mean, they're in the swagger world, so you got to look cool doing that shit.
So to your original point, I feel like they value it more than us, and they value it because it's worth money.
Yeah,
it's second nature to us. We don't even. I'm trying to change my story.
We damn near take it for granted.
Yeah, and they like shit. I'm finna show you what to do with this. Watch how people buy this from me, and they start to confuse themselves as being a part.
So you were friends with Vlad?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Is that the question?
He been mad at me. He not my friend no more. He don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
He don't fuck with you.
Do you fuck with him?
Yeah, I don't really have no.
That's how black folk be. Black folk. I fuck with you. You don't fuck with me no more. But
that's it. So
what happened that led us to
here's the story.
ban from Vlad TV?
This is the true story. So, okay. So that's two different things. But when I first met Vlad, I met Vlad on Brazil. He was fucking with Chuck and the Game, Face, G-Rod. He was fucking with Black Wall Street. And he was a cool dude. You know, he was a white, you know, where we from? And no poor white people live by us.
Yeah.
There's no poor white people in LA. I don't know what poor white people, like, it's very rare. We don't grow up with, I used to have a joke with DJ Head. I'm like, white people get 150,000 if they born in LA, because I ain't never seen a poor one. And I don't know where they live at when they poor. Even the trailer parks where they live at is $2,900 a month in 1990 something. So where these people live? So fast forward, he was a cool dude. He had his mixtape scene popping. He used to go by Vlad the Butcher. He was dope. And he would put my songs on his table and it'd be good looks. And I start bringing him to watch. He was launching this idea, this futuristic idea, Vlad TV. And, you know, it was kind of built off the same DVDs, you know, like at that time period. And here's the birth
Like the Cowboys DVDs?
Yep. And here's the birth of YouTube, right? So now he's putting them online. He's like, man, G, I come to watch, man. I want to come shoot you. Come on. Homies wanted to rob him. I'm like, nah, dude, this dude gonna be something. Like, we don't let this man breathe. I'm taking him around to Compton. He meeting people. He got his own little thing. He giving me looks on the mixtape. So it was love. And I considered him a friend. You know what I mean? Like, I knew where the motherfucker lived. Like, you know, he knew where I'm from. I brought him to the set. I let him meet my older homies. It's on tape. So one day he calls me and he's crying, bro. He's crying like a motherfucker. And I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, man, I need to come get a gun. I'm like, what? He like, man, I need a gun. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, man, I walked in my old lady house, you know, at her spot, and it was a black dude sleeping with her, nailing her. So I'm like,
oh shit!
Damn,
I didn't know we were going that deep.
Yeah,
That's
the song.
But he would sit down and let somebody else talk about their business about it. So
sure, right?
No harm, no foul.
It ain't no thing. I mean, because it ain't, man,
No
this
harm,
man
no
got, he fine. He got enough money to have all kind of bros.
So
if he's still with it.
You asked for a gun.
He asked me for a gun.
And your response as a real street dude, as a real Crip member, as a real rapper,
was like, text me where you at. Me, I got some homies over here. I think Ron was here. I think Head was out. Like, I got some homies. We'll come over there and make sure you can fight this dude head up. You know, we ain't gonna let you get packed out. He's like, no, man, I just want to come get the gun. I'm like, man, just text me where you at.
That black pussy be
You know what I mean? Just text me where you at.
Was she black?
And
I
all black
bet you
fuck
she
with
was
his
black.
sisters.
Yeah, I ain't never seen black. I ain't never seen
No,
black.
he fuck with his sister. So, right? So I'm texting like,
That's the detail.
Come like, text me, just text me.
Vlad the Narrow.
Right? Just text me where you at. You know what I mean? He like, man, nah, I'm just gonna get the gun. He said, man, G, can I get the gun? I said, man, I can't give you no gun. He said, why not? I said, man, you are a white man. Forgive me, Ramsey. You are a white man, bro. You ain't thugging. You not none of this, bro. These people catch you with this pistol. You do something with this. You know what I mean? They gonna ask you where you got it
And
from.
you gonna tell them.
You don't have to.
Man, you think I would tell? Man, you say I'm crazy. I'm from the Bay. He going off, and I'm like, Flag, like,
Stop playing, goddamn.
no, fool.
And he don't love you for that?
So this is the crazy part. So he gets mad, he hangs up the phone.
It's a good one.
He hangs up the phone. He double back, call me the next day. We chopping it up. He's like, man, I just think it's fucked up. I'm like, Vlad, you not
he in
on
his
that
feelings.
type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a cool thing. Like, I told you I would, you know, we'd come over there and make sure you line the dude up. You know, we wouldn't let you get packed out. He's like, man, G, that's just fucked up. You know what I mean? I feel some kind of way, da. I'm like, all right, cool. So I don't say nothing. We ain't talking. Me and Vlad probably used to talk once a month or once every 2 months. Like, we had a decent relationship. So we didn't talk for a while, and I'm not tripping. I'm blowing up. I'm coming out here, fucking around.
And you just think he in his feelings still a little bit.
So
You're not even thinking at first.
no,
We just hadn't
like,
talked.
Bro, come on, bro. I'm not giving you no. I know you gonna think eventually you not crazy.
You don't think Glasses looked out for me?
Yes, I'm
in my
eventually in my
moment
mind I'm thinking you gonna realize.
I'm glad you didn't do that, nigga.
Not to
Out
mention
there.
giving this white man, forgive me, Ramsey, a gun to go kill his brother.
We ain't
just
finna
sound
keep
crazy.
saying forgive you, Ram.
You know what I
We
mean?
ain't
Just
finna keep
giving him a
saying
gun
that
to go
shit.
kill his brother.
Yeah.
Right? So
I need y'all to give me a gun.
I'm like,
I remember walking in the house, you holding a gun. I'm not gonna do
I remember feeling so like worried, like, damn, man, did I fuck this dude over? Like, is he, you know what I mean? Like, damn, maybe I should have gave him this gun. But I'm not tripping. I'm like, man, I'm not giving it. That was a lesson my older homie gave me. They plucked like, nigga, I'm not giving you no gun. Nigga, go get your own gun. Like, I got my first one. You know what I mean? When you use it, then you can borrow some of my shit after you use your own gun. So you
To
can
me,
know
that's
what's
the measure of
happening.
a real criminal and street dude.
That's
Like,
fair.
there's certain things, the decisions got to be made.
And I told his nephew the same thing when he asked me for a gun. His nephew, when my older homie asked me for a nephew, I got $100. This get you started. Go buy your own fucking
Okay,
gun.
go back to your
I'm not
plan.
buying you
This
shit. So fast forward, right? Fast forward. I'm starting to feel bad about it. Like, damn, maybe I was fucked up. And I remember talking to Stretch, right? Stretch and Will know at the time. They in real time.
Stretch and Will are the black and white guys that manage.
Exactly, right? So I'm telling them in real time. So Stretch knows, Will knows what's happening in real time.
Shouts out to active management.
So 2008, I feel like shit, but I ain't tripping. It's Crip anyway, whatever. Boom. So we go to the Ozone Awards. Now, mind you, this is in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So you remember what happened, right?
Yeah,
So,
went down.
so now for a year,
remember,
him and Ross been antagonizing each other. Remember, he's the one that put out Ross had this job. So they're talking shit to each other online.
Ross is a great shit talker too.
Right. So, and at this time, Vlad was a great shit talker. Vlad was popping it. So I'm like, damn, whatever. Like, maybe I was tripping. This nigga really owns some shit. Till that fight happened. And he just let this dude beat him up, punched on him. He ain't try to fight the man back. He just laid on the ground. And I remember pulling the dude off and getting Vlad up. And it's weird because I don't even know if he remember how this happened. So he gets up and we kind of back up. They stop. Police come. He pointing them out. And he ended up suing Ross and them. Right? This is how he gets the money to finance Vlad TV at the next level.
Wow. He points out the people he fought with?
Yeah. Oh, like he, them motherfuckers.
Niche.
And
so if he gets caught with a gun,
court.
in your mind, you're confirming.
So I'm
like,
thinking to myself, like, well, at least you know now that this ain't what you want. This ain't your life. I'm thinking we cool. Now, I hadn't even worried about not talking to him. I'm moving around the world. I'm doing my own thing. I'm learning hip hop. I'm not worried about Vlad TV. That's just, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm, whatever. 2019, we put out Tupac Must Die. I'm on the phone with Stretch. It's just like, man, this shit dope, man. Like, you should go do Vlad. He like, man, you gonna do Vlad? I'm like, I don't know. I ain't even talked to Vlad in a while, man. Maybe I should. He's like, man, I'm gonna call him and set it up. I said, okay, cool. So he calls over there. He called me back. Man, this motherfucker's still mad about that gun shit.
Damn. Okay.
So it's 2019.
Is it the gun shit he mad about, or he feels like his homie betrayed him?
Either way, I get it, right? So I don't trip.
He got beat up.
I get it, right? So all I'm thinking is, like, regardless, whatever happened, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
For sure. Stand on it.
Then it kept being people talking about it. I started noticing people would bring me up in interviews. Now, this is people on there, so they talk about Tupac shit. Nick brought me up. Nick Cannon brought me up. Shout out to Nick. Different people kept bringing me up, and I noticed he would just glaze, like, just scoot right over it. And I'm like, damn, still don't trip. Fast forward a couple other times, I'm like, damn. So I'm starting to hear little chatters on the back talk, like, oh man, Glasses, Vlad, what'd you do to Vlad? I'm like, nigga, I ain't do nothing to Vlad. Kept going. Here I am with the Digi Maxi single, this idea where I'm starting to figure out how to maximize streaming app. Like, I feel like this is the first time in recording music where we're not considering the medium when we creating recordings. So I started thinking, like, how do I maximize an idea to where we can make money as an independent? So I figured out this Digi Maxi single idea. And it was all about keeping people interested. I forgot, what is it called? What is it? The point of when you interested and you watch a video, what do they call that? Yeah, but it's when you keep somebody's interest in a video for a longer time. Retention. So I'm starting to think about streaming as, like, okay, if I could make songs that keep a higher retention rate, it's worth more money. And it's more creative for the audience to listen to. Yeah, I'll be the first one out there. It's going to take a while, but fuck it, I could do it. I had the idea to write Banned from Vlad. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to write this idea. So I go to write the idea, and I'm like, man, this is dope. I'm listening to it. It feels like Martin Scorsese if Cuz was a gangster rapper. I'm like, damn, this is dope. Now I'm still like, I ain't going to, fuck all this. I ain't finna put this song out. Probably about a month ago, 2 months ago, Charlamagne did an interview with him. And Charlamagne, they was talking about Drake. And obviously I've been telling people for a while, I'm like, man, Drake is a pop artist. Like, he approaches making records from the first day like a pop artist. He's not a hip hop artist. It's different. He makes rap records, but he blah, blah, blah. Charlamagne used to think I was crazy. Obviously the lawsuit, here we are, right? Glasses don't look that crazy now. Boom, so he's saying, he's like, Glasses been telling me this. And he did it, and it was like a scoff, like, I was thinking to myself, like, got you. So now it's like, am I wrong? So as I make the idea and I put it out, it just became like, well, let's ask the public. You know what I mean? You mad? Now, maybe I could have called him and be like, man, we should sit down and talk. But this was better.
The genius of the art of it, how you put it together, is it the retention thing? It gives you multiple plays. So it comes out in chapters, 4 or 6 chapters.
6.
It's 6 chapters. It does have the Mario Puzo music kind of playing, which makes me as a gangster rap, I love it. It makes, but it just seamlessly streams, but at the same time, I'm like, man, bro's a genius. Because he broke up this one song into 6 chapters, and you have to listen all the way through, and it gets him some accreditation. What I love about the you and Vlad misunderstanding or beef or whatever it is, you granted him an access to a world he never would have seen. Like when I took him to the Blue Flame a few weeks ago, he never would have seen no shit like the Flame, right? He really enjoyed himself. I hope to go again, which might be cool. But if I was talking to someone I consider a friend, Vlad, I say right now, hey man, you need to call the homie up, because regardless of what you said, he did the right thing not giving you a gun, because you don't give friends guns to let them crash out, because either your
Especially
friend,
in an emotional state.
Either your friend is going to die, get life in prison, or send you to prison. So from the black hand side, I tell my friend Vlad, hey, Vlad, I think that's the right thing. But beyond that, I think that in the same genius he used being allowed into that culture to create Vlad TV, you have created a moment of genius by showing black artists that, hey, you can think your way out of the conundrum of fuck shit. Yeah. Because you have always, whether it's making Tupac Must Die as a piece of art versus just a typical gangster rap, memorandum of sorts, you have constantly took street and elevated it to art. And that's what, I talk about that, not to sensationalize or say, hey, us versus Vlad or any shit like that. But you as an artist continually impress me, because you take whatever strife, pains, ups and downs it comes, and you make it art. So even in that bullshit with you and Vlad, what's come out of it is an incredible piece of art. I gotta say that. You said it to me, Will and Stretch, and I've been jamming that shit ever since.
And that's the sacrifice, right? It's like, to me, the best hip hop artists, or the most popular ones, it was more of an emotion.
Yeah.
Like, and my dad did a really good job of raising me. Shout out to Good Boys. And shout out to my older homies, who gave me structure, right?
Shout out to Dad, though.
Right?
Yeah, man, I'm for real. There's a lot of talk about dads on this show.
Made me not be over emotional.
Yeah.
And it's a real different conflict in hip hop, because Tupac, the most emotional artists seem to do better. Like people who have a moment and build a song on that moment. Those are the artists that are revered versus like this well thought out and methodical person like myself, where it's like, damn, I'm taking Tupac Must Die. Like I remember I made that and shot that video in December of 2018. It took me until May to put it out. And I remember thinking like, all right, I'm gonna put this out. I remember going to shoot it, and it's all true to location. Like I'm really walking in a Lakewood Mall with a pistol. I'm really shooting this in Vegas in the casino. All of this is true to location, just for me as a creative to feel the authentic energy. Even going to the place where he was shot at, like I remember we was out there and niggas knew I was working. So man, probably 200-300 Crips came out, and we're just standing at that corner in front of the gas station while I'm working, and I'm just working like nobody's here. So just thinking, dog, like, wow, like creating something that makes it like a brick in the foundation of hip hop, where people could look back and say that. So even in like Banned from Vlad, just moving forward, it's like, if great art comes from it, I don't have the luxury of emotions to write on. Like I just feel it's irresponsible. Like I can't bring myself to do it in the moment where I'm like, there was a moment I'm like, fuck Vlad. So I could have wrote a fuck Vlad song. You was a bitch and kiss my ass and suck my dick and not shoot in the emotion. But it's like,
but you're a thinker.
Right? So then my dad, I'm thinking like, what would my dad say? Man, you sound like a bitch. You sound like a girl. You over there whining.
Pardon me, excuse us, Ashley.
This stupid bitch. Yeah, get it together. Don't be no stupid. Don't be no stupid.
It's a good story.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I have to take those moments where the art like pushes me into places that's uncomfortable. I have to take the route of looking at a streaming platform as a medium. Like, how can I really push and do some shit that nobody is doing right now in hip hop? And it's like,
I hope the audience gets back into the culture of hip hop like once was. I remember buying Cypress Hill's first maxi single because of how it looked. I waited to get my tattoos because Mr. Cartoon had to do my tattoos because he had done their logo. And he was one of the greatest tattoo artists in the world. But I had known that since 90-something. I didn't get
who was doing your tattoos.
Yeah, I didn't get these tattoos until
He did
2000.
sidekicks and all that shit. Cartoon's such a cool dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. So there's a genuine culture that you are an artist. To me, you are as much of an artist as Cartoon, as my other brother from the Soul Assassins, Esteban. Is this Esteban?
Yeah, Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan. Yeah, but I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
Yeah, close enough.
But as he documents LA culture, that one iconic picture.
Yeah.
In the way you do that, I had the luxury of having Ice Cube as my idol. If you listen
don't stop. Yeah.
to my rhyme style, you are hearing a student of Ice Cube.
Hands down, all the time.
And he, the other night I took my art teacher, Mr. Murray, to Ice Cube's concert. It was 12 other of the kids he had taught, young men now.
Actually, I took Mr.
Bello, I had grab him. Absolutely.
This nigga be taking credit. This nigga be taking credit.
But I did. Once we got in there, Mr. Murray was me. But I introduced Mr. Murray to Cube, and I told Cube how influential of a teacher he was, because he was the one that would discuss NWA with us. He was the one that would listen to Ice Cube with us.
That had to be fucking crazy.
Yeah, I told the old man, I say, man, NWA's going to make it in the Hall of Fame. When they made it in the Hall of Fame, he called me and said, God damn it, nigga, you was right. Like, this is how my teacher would talk to me. Fair-skinned black man, Bass Reeves mustache. But Cube, who I thought I knew everything about, because I read a Rolling Stone article of his mom and dad making him go to drafting school in Arizona. Cube said I had a teacher, and I think it was in the 3rd or 6th grade, that encouraged him to write something. And Cube remembered writing it and having developed the confidence to go speak it, to say it in front of the class. And her encouragement, and I assume she was not black, gave him the will, the want, the competence, and the confidence to know that I can be a writer. And what was always beautiful about Cube to me was his ability to create stories that I saw when I closed my eyes. He's truly a writer, whether it's movies or music. And on an artistic level, his art has always been good.
Always hard, bro.
And you do that for me. Yeah. On some rap shit, hell of a writer. But it's at a time.
His bar is the bar for me. Yeah. Obviously, him face, that bar is the bar.
Yeah, exactly. So
every time I'm writing, I'm always thinking, like, how do I improve this to be closer to my summer vacation?
So how do we get, well, it's not even how we get, this is my camera, right? Black people, take yourself and your stories more seriously and important. And what I mean by that is, he gives me a side of LA that's honest and truthful and not sensationalized, but it's still sensational. And it better helps me understand. That's what Cube has done for me. That's what Outkast done for me. That's what Goody Mob's done for me. That's what young people who are dope today, or named people earlier, J.I.D., Kenny Mason, do for me. That's what Brothers Out the Streets doing for me. But when we make art, let's truly make art. And you can make art out of tragedy. Picasso had a homeboy who loved the girl. The girl loved Picasso. I think Picasso might have slept with the girl. His homeboy killed himself. Picasso went into a phase of art called the blue period. He never stopped painting, though. He just painted in blues that look like these hues. Picasso was probably cripping too. But that, I remember growing up in my dad's mom's house, she had a replica.
Name their homie Picasso next.
That with two big C's.
They gonna name their homie that.
Yeah. But what was crazy, I grew up with a replica of one of his pictures. And I never knew what it meant. I just knew I was drawn to it. But the way that he commiserated his partner who had killed himself was to paint in these blues until he got out of that funk, out of that depression. I didn't know that as a 5-year-old kid. I just knew that there was something powerful about the energy. Your stories, your writing does this. You're truly an artist. But what I love in that is you're an artist to the masculine. Picasso was still a gun-waving, wild, crazy motherfucker that having drinks and women and shit. He was still a stereotypical guy.
That's my kind of
guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Swift is one of the most artistically inclined people I ever know. This motherfucker will build you a deck, play a trumpet, create a beat, and then tell you about all the B-sides of all the records you've ever loved. You know, the Roberta
and the
Flack,
good movies too.
Yeah, and this guy was great.
Put the gun down, Trey. But give me the gun. Put the motherfucking gun down.
I'm fucking crying.
Hey, man.
And I was raggedy that I knew exactly what he talking about.
I know. That's all I was thinking about.
Fishburne on your motherfucking ass, nigga. But it is one gangster movie we forget. It's one movie we forget when I forgot when homeboy said deuces.
That's South Central.
With South Central, you already know that one. Hey, man.
That shit fire.
But I just say that to say to the audience, getting back to y'all, go down the rabbit hole deeper because the truth is further down. Celebrate so you don't have to commiserate. You know, I'll talk about later what you missed. My greatest tragedy in the Nipsey Hussle saga is y'all didn't appreciate him properly till he was dead.
That shit is the worst.
Y'all didn't make him a deity until he died.
It go.
Fuck that.
It fucking kills me.
We dropped the ball. And I'm going to say Atlanta was behind him.
Yeah.
Like, when he came out here selling $100. When he was selling $100 CDs, motherfucker was lined up in Pumas buying $100 CDs. But home, in my critique or opinion, should have had him. That. He was such an amazing representative of the potential. I knew gang members, but their mind was like nips. But once they got past a certain age, it wasn't on just riding on niggas. It was, and it's so many yous out there that I want to see not only you celebrate it, but you participated in by supporting your podcast, supporting your music, supporting your visuals. Because if we don't, people who don't look like us, people who are not culturally ours, people who are not us, interpret it in their way, and that's not always a good thing. Yeah, you know. So I just, as an artist, man, thank you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming by. Man, appreciate you always. When you touch down, you hit the homie up. Yeah, I'm here, low. Fuck with him.
That's why I appreciate you for not giving Vlad that goddamn gun.
Oh man,
we wouldn't have got Vlad TV. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have had Vlad TV.
Some of the greatest moments of the last fucking 17 years that happened on fucking Vlad TV.
Yeah, straight up.
Corrupt, going crazy and shit.
Hearing you think and overthink and rethink and contemplate and have empathy for what he may have been going through, and then even questioning yourself, just says a lot about the type of man you are, friend you are.
Truly a man.
You know what I mean? So my hat's off to you for that. And I'm so grateful to have you here because, like I said, I planned on learning a lot. I'm grateful for you too. And you didn't talk over nobody. And
I didn't do the same thing.
You're talking over me now.
I wouldn't go to jail fucking with Vlad. I would have gave him fucking gun.
Hey, let me get this. We like cars. We're in the villain's garage.
Obviously, that's our bond, right?
Yeah, we're in the villain. Yeah, but besides the colors we like, we like cars. We're in the villain's garage. So where we record this is where I also have a lot of my cars. A lot of my friends have their cars. We like shit that goes fast. You're going to be in a race, or your car's in a race?
Hosting a race.
So he's going to be hosting a race this Saturday. Where? What part? What time?
It's at Jefferson. So it's in Jefferson, Georgia. And it's at what's that place called? South Georgia Raceway?
South Georgia Raceway?
It's called South Georgia Raceway?
Okay. Let's look it up.
Yeah, I think it's called South Georgia Raceway.
It's the West Coast Grudge racing match. Media president, it's Cali Swag. It's Middle Georgia Motorsports Park. Middle Georgia. Yeah, and it's it was Jeffersonville, Georgia. I know this won't play after he's done, but I just want to say, let's take the energy and camaraderie that we have in gangs and street culture, and let's take it into leaving the violence behind. Motorcycle clubs, which are much better organized. Men's social clubs, meaning things you go around and let's get back in the drag race. Because man, let's get in the car clubs. Let's get into the parts of Los Angeles and Southern culture, because a lot of Los Angeles culture I look at as expanded Southern culture.
We started a lot of hot rod is a thing that started on the West Coast nobody knows about. Yeah. Obviously, y'all know the history of low ride. Yeah. Right? All this history.
I didn't know that black people till recently were the first low riders. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought so.
It was credited to a white person first.
Okay.
But everybody realized it was some brothers. But again, it's one of them things that I like to.
But it's a unifier with black and browns. I've seen that.
Los Angeles. And you'll have a white person too. So it's so much. And this is something I was talking to Kendrick about working into this. I'm like, man, there's so much more to street urban culture that we're not getting into. Like Snoop and Cube have gave you gangbanging so fucking well. You know what I mean? Like, we got to find some other ways to bring people into this world. And then we got to give them the world in 3D.
Yes.
And this is one of those opportunities where...
That's one thing Vince Staples is important for me. He's the best.
Invaluable.
You know, but, man, shout out to Tweet, too. Shout out to Vince. Shout out to Tweet. Shout out to Vince Staples. Yeah. But I think that what you just said was important in saying 3D. There's easy money to be made in us being able to be defined as these flat things you just buy. I used to look at these magazines as a kid and I love these cars, man. These Chryslers were beautiful. But when you go out to the drag strip and you smell the gasoline and you feel the vibration and you see the excitement of brothers who willing to bet, and the sisters, the old ladies, your old lady got to see you put that money into their car. There's something about that environment that's wholesome, but it ain't sanitized. It ain't nice.
If you saw any of the street race videos in Los Angeles, it's a guy named Active Hood Rich.
Yeah.
Right? That's a buddy of mine I grew up with. Full-fledged gang member. Fuck up. Racing changed his life.
Right.
BC Performance, the homie Corey, racing changed their life. Like all kind of people.
And let me ask you this, because I'm big in the trades.
Somewhere to focus your attention and your mind.
I'm big in the trades. Beyond changing your life by winning or losing a race, you want to stay home because your car is home. You want to work on your car yourself. So you take time to apprentice and learn from other people. If you don't know, you got to call the homies. One thing I love about Swift's house and this place, if Swift can't figure it out, he got 3 or 4 homies that can. And they're going to stand around that car or building something out. The room we sit in was built up by a brother named Angelo. You know what I mean? So for me, I
miss trades. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate of trades.
Yeah, man, you are one of the greatest examples of the potential that's in LA and beyond. Gang member, active, honest about it. Well, not active, but honest about it. Have a great relationship with your father, honest about it. You know, these 2 guys had to build a relationship with their father later. You know, I grew up with 2 great fathers. I grew up. I'm just so.
These two guys are mama boy, but later on they got it together.
But I
quit.
But you're an artist I admire, and I don't mean musical artist. You are truly an artist. You're a man who uses experience. You express masculinity in a positive way, and that even if it's grimy and gritty,
I ain't heard you compliment a nigga.
I love him. He's younger than me, but I look up to him.
But I'm like,
I feel the same way about Mike, man. Yeah. If it's not a motherfucker in the world who people always bring to me, be like, man, Killer Mike, and that makes me feel good because it's somebody that I think is the shit. So it works out for me in every way, man. It means the world, dog.
Well, this nigga got 3 daddies.
That's an insult for people who don't know.
Got good hair, but he don't.
I don't. My mama like, Al, be sure she got a key sweat, nigga. But S-girl was needed. Man, is there anything we left out that we not talking about? I want you to come back early and often.
Sure.
Since you banned from Vlad, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Come anytime you got something to say.
What kind of guns you gonna give him?
He knew I had some shit at that time. I got better shit now, but at that time I had some crazy shit. He knew the type of shit we was on, but it was like, bro, that's not.
How important are them creases, Lo?
They everything to me. It's homage to my older homies, you know what I mean? My biggest thing is making sure my older homies see, man, Glasses be making us look good. I always ask them that, man.
Y'all ain't gonna lock it up one time?
Yeah, man. No.
You don't do that?
That ain't for the camera.
Oh, okay.
Lock it up, man. I want to see this shit.
I can't tell, man.
Hey, man, thank you for coming to Conversate with Killer Mike, man. Thank y'all so much. Man, thank y'all.
Because
Man, lock it up.
Thank y'all for checking in with Conversate with Killer Mike, the homie Big Bear Low, Swift Low,
Lock it up.
Glasses Low. I just want to thank y'all.
There you go, Swift. Throw it up. Let them know.
Fuck that shit.
What is this? What is this?
That's that movie shit.
put the gun down,
That's why you don't lock it up.
Every got a hat on, Lo.
Hey man, I hope whoever my homie is betting on wins the races. California, man. I met some members from the Session Car Club here at the Cube Show the other night. Shouts out to y'all, man. Man, huge love and respect, man. Shouts out to all my homies that's in the car culture, currency and beyond. Shouts out to Spitter gave me a 6'2" for winning the Grammy. I gotta go pick it up. But hey man, I love and respect.
Shout out to C.
Man, shouts out to currency, man.
Q put on an incredible show.
Incredible
shout
show.
out to Kibo, Dub,
Kibo.
Lil Herc, all the homies, man. That was a ball.
Lil Easy was there.
Lil Easy, good meeting him.
Yeah.
Met Cuz.
Man,
What's
Kibo
up,
got
Lo?
that. Kibo let that. He had to. That's why I bought my new lowrider. Thinking about Kibo, he had a cabriolet, a convertible
homie.
Cadillac. He sold that motherfucker.
I never been a Cadillac guy. I always like to look at them, but never wanted to.
I never was too.
I like the Cali truck. Now the current Cali truck, but in terms of Cali cars or cruisers, I never was
into them too. But one day I fell in love with the cabriolet, the convertible. And Kibo's is one of the ones I saw a picture
right?
of.
Yeah,
the convertible Cadillac coupe. Greatest thing in the world.
Kibo, I'm always a call away, Lo. You already know.
Love
Lock it up, man.
No.
Love and respect, man. We out here. We'll see y'all next week, man.
You know, that's some white kids in Iowa. Wait a minute.
My name's Michael Render. They call me Killer Mike. And this is Conversate. I just want to conversate. I just want to conversate, which I want to convert. Conversate is not a real word, but I encourage questioning. I want to encourage thought. I want to conversate. I want to have discussions with people that I may not agree with or that I may not understand and try to gain perspective. I think we all should be doing that. We all should be in talk. You know, we all should be in a constant state of talking, because that's what precedes organizing and mobilizing and revolutionizing and changing things. I believe in the power of conversation. I believe in Conversate. So I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk, and I'm here to listen and learn. And I'm here to have people impress upon me different ways and thoughts and mentality. I believe in conversation. I believe in jive, talking, and rapping. What they used to call it. I'm a rapper. I'm rapping. But before rappers were rapping over beats for money, I want to exchange some respect with one another. You know. So we're gonna conversate. We're gonna check it out. Yeah. Conversate with Killer Mike.
Hey, y'all got a question for my crew? You want to talk to me, Bear Swift, or anybody and ask them something? I want you to come check us out at conversatewithkillermike@gmail.com. Send your questions in, send your thoughts and concerns, and we're going to make sure we get them up online, where it'll be discussed, talked about, and hey, we even might invite you on the show. Let's conversate.